A councillor in the London Borough of Newham, a local authority which in 2010 took out inverse floater LOBO loans with RBS to the tune of £150 million, a transaction which has proved very serious handicap in a climate of austerity in the years since. The form of my question is in part prompted by a comment by you, Sir Howard, made on BBC Question Time in January, where you said, I think PFI has been a fraud on the people, because essentially the government is always the cheapest borrower and can borrow money more cheaply than anybody else. And therefore, if you're going to hand over the total provision of something like a big hospital to somebody whose borrowing costs are going to be higher than yours, what is the advantage of doing that? Yet, Newham Council pays the equivalent of around 80% of all council tax receipts as interest to RBS and other banks. I'd also like to refer to Mr. McEwen, who has previously said that he wanted to ban teaser rate loans because they mislead customers. LOBOs feature a low teaser rate, which then jumps up to sky-high interest rate of 7.6% in Newham's case, for loans from RBS totalling, as I've said, £150 million, taken out following the 2008 crash. At this time, the Bank of England's base teaser rates were just 0.5%. Referring back to PFI, there is a close analogy between this and a local authority borrowing from a bank rather than the government. So my question is, why is it that RBS is accessing cheap credit from the Bank of England and then looking to extract the maximum interest rate possible from councils like Newham, which is one of the poorest in the UK? This is happening when we are still reeling from austerity, which is the price we pay for the 2008 financial crisis, which in itself was caused in no small part by the actions of your bank, which was the largest in the world at that time. I would like to finish by a request, because Newham Council is trying to work out why their council officers, which have all since moved on, entered into these LOBO loans with higher risk and interest rates than the alternative government loans, as these loans were taken out directly from RBS salesmen, not through an advisor or broker. We would therefore be grateful if RBS could provide the marketing and promotional materials for your portfolio of inverse floater RBS LOBO loans sold to councils between 2009 and 2012. Because if, as you claim, RBS has done nothing wrong, there's no reason why RBS would not share this information with customers such as Newham Council, in order to understand how the council came to be paying such a large and unsustainable chunk of its revenues on servicing bank debt. Thank you.
Thank you. As you know, we've not sold these kind of loans for quite some time. I'm not familiar with the particular point you make about the documentation, but I can say that we're always ready to talk to councils about the possibility of restructuring their debt. But if you'd like to speak to someone afterwards about the specific point on documentation, that's not one I'm familiar with, but I would hope we could help you with that.
Thank you. Who could I speak to?
There's Alison Rose, who is in the second row there. She'll just wave at you.
Thank you.
Thank you.